In 1959, Marty Robbins was already a successful country singer, but he had a dream that many people around him thought was a terrible idea. He wanted to record an authentic Western ballad called El Paso. The problem wasn't the song itself, it was its length. At the time, most radio stations wanted songs that lasted around 2.5 to 3 minutes. El Paso ran more than 4 minutes, making it almost twice as long as many hits of the era. Executives at Columbia Records worried that radio stations simply wouldn't play it. Robbins refused to give up, inspired by his love of Western music and the landscapes he had seen while traveling through Texas and New Mexico. Marty wrote a sweeping story about a cowboy who falls in love with a Mexican dancer named Felina, kills another man in a jealous gunfight, escapes into the Badlands, and ultimately rides back to El Paso, knowing it will almost certainly cost him his life. It wasn't just a song, it was a complete story set to music. When it came time to release the record, Columbia chose to play it safe. They issued a shortened version for radio, trimming away much of the story to fit the industry's preferred length. But something unexpected happened. Disc jockeys began turning the record over and playing the full version instead. Listeners were captivated by the unfolding story, and requests poured in. Rather than hurting the song's chances, its length became one of its greatest strengths. El Paso climbed all the way to #1 on both the country and pop charts, an extraordinary achievement for a country record. In 1961, it also earned Marty Robbins the Grammy Award for Best Country and Western Recording, becoming one of the defining songs of his career and one of the most celebrated Western ballads ever recorded. More importantly, El Paso proved that audiences cared more about a great story than an arbitrary time limit. Its success showed record companies and radio programmers that if a song truly connected with listeners, they would stay with it from beginning to end. More than 60 years later, El Paso remains one of country music's greatest storytelling masterpieces. And it all happened because Marty Robbins was willing to risk his reputation on a song everyone else thought was simply too long. Sometimes the biggest gamble becomes the biggest victory. This is David. Until next time, wishing you and yours the very best.
In a room with a flickering light, country music spotlight shining bright, showcasing tales of legends old, with heart and story